Hey there everybody, Popontop here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got Combat Weapons Overhaul. So what this does is it takes the combat weapons, the combat rifle, and the combat shotgun, and changes them up a little bit so we can have some cool new things on here. So we currently just have a base combat rifle here, which is now known as the assault rifle, which in my opinion is a little bit confusing because there is a gun in the game already called the assault rifle. So you know, do you pick up the assault rifle, which is like the big old LMG type looking gun? So like, for example here, if I went into my cheat terminal portable, this is how I gave myself this weapon, right? You would go to guns, I want rifles. It's still listed here under combat rifle. I get a combat rifle, I get an assault rifle. Right? So let's just take an automatic one. It says compensated assault rifle added in the upper left. You can't see that right now. We'll show that in the inventory. But then there's also the assault rifle, which is this gun here. So it's also just an automatic assault rifle. So I don't know why you would call one, because these are different guns. So this compensated assault rifle, look, is a combat rifle, right? Fully automatic combat rifle, correct? But then we also have the automatic assault rifle, which is this gun, the base game's assault rifle. Does that make sense? So it might be a little confusing for you, and I'm not sure why the mod author did that. But other than that, let's get into what the actual changes and stuff, and we'll also get into the shotgun. So we have an automatic one here. Let's take it to the weapon workbench, which is where the majority of the content from this mod comes. You have different receivers now. So you have a 5mm receiver. You can shoot really, really fast with this. So we'll put that on there for right now. You have your barrels and stuff. These are all pretty normal stuff. We'll put a long barrel on there. Why not? Your stocks is all pretty similar, right? Just most recoil. You get your drums and all these things. These are all very similar stuff. The rings and sights of all different kinds and stuff. All, working as intended by default, right? You got a compensator on there, large suppressor and small suppressor. Obviously, these are new and different, right? So it helps. The large suppressor reduces range even more than the small suppressor does in comparison, but it also is completely silent. So let's try that out. You could change up the trigger firing mode, right? So instead of having, we looked at receivers here. The receivers are based on ammunition types now, and there's firing modes under different thing, right? And we can also increase the damage through your traditional means of receiver down here. So we go to advanced receiver because we want the most damage, but you can also change up the trigger type. So we could have hair trigger, which is still semi-auto but like extreme rate of fire. So we'll show that off just a little bit here. And then you can obviously change up the frame as well. So standard frame, this is like your regular base game combat rifle. You can make it a light frame, which makes it lighter, and a heavy frame, which is heavier. But light frame does less damage, heavy frame does more damage, weight factors, for survival players and all that stuff. And then obviously we have all our Creation Club paints and stuff. So let's take a look at this the way we have it right now. Big old 8-round drum, 5mm rounds. This is as fast as I'm pulling the trigger here. Right? It's just the gun go burr. But it's a hair trigger. It shoots extremely quick. And the silencer is very quiet. Right? Like that is extremely quiet. So we can put on other things. Obviously 0.45 is the default. You can also make it 5.56 and even 308, right? So, put that on there. We'll make it the most damage. We'll make it, instead of hair trigger, we'll do like, there's armor piercing automatic, which does slightly less damage than automatic, and then armor piercing hair trigger. I think there's 2 of these here. They seem the same. Maybe this one does more armor piercing, because they do require one more gun now. I'm not sure. That'd be like a lot of testing to do. Rapid automatic trigger, so we can make it the most fire rate, but obviously because we have the 308 rounds, it makes it less, right? Compared to like the 5mm rounds, which would make it even faster. So there's a lot more customization there on the gun. We can also, because it's currently called an assault rifle, there's apparently a way to make it be called a marksman rifle. So I'm thinking if we get like a calibrated trigger on there, it's still an assault rifle. So we gotta figure this out together. What would make this a marksman? A scope? Like if we put a scope on there? Like if we put a short scope? Marksman rifle. So it seems to be the scope, I think. I don't know, can I make it a fully automatic with this scope? Right? Like this is the questions. Nope, automatic is an assault rifle. Calibrated as a marksman. See how you can see in the top there when it changes. So like semi-auto is marksman rifle. Automatic is assault rifle. So that is the distinction there. So we'll make it, even the hair trigger, which is super fast, like relatively fast fire rate for a semi-auto version of a gun. I mean, remember, this is shooting .308 ammo, which is normally reserved for sniper rifles. The scope doesn't exist. That's not good. I mean, it does exist, but it doesn't. That's not where we want that to be at. I'm not sure if that's a fault with the mod or with me, right? It's still an assault rifle, even with these combat scopes. It's really neat. You really do need a big scope. But the problem I'm having here is, like, it shows the model showing up there on in the crafting bench. There we go. We got a medium scope. I mean, we can shoot that pretty quick, and that's doing over 100 damage. That's a decent amount of damage here on our new marksman rifle, which is an interesting thing to call it. Like I said, I think the assault rifle name is weird. Why don't you just call it the combat rifle still, and then have a marksman rifle variant of the combat rifle? But you know, whatever the mod author prefers on that. There we also have another interesting thing here. Obviously, the damage changes and stuff are all in there. There's a lot of very specific statistical stuff in there that I'm not going to get too deep into. We have a shotgun here, combat shotgun, semi-auto. There's some interesting things here with this, alright? So let's take a look at all this. So we can have 12 gauge, but we can also have, this is the more exciting part to me anyway, is we can have the 12 gauge shotgun shoot 44 mag bullets, or 50 cal bullets, right? That's very interesting to me. So it obviously greatly increases range. It actually reduces damage, but you obviously get greater accuracy and stuff, and lower fire rate. 44 mag does shoot faster though. I want to put that on there. Let's make a 44 mag rifle. See, now this is called a combat rifle. See, that's the difference. That's the distinction the mod authors put in here. The only unfortunate thing is that an assault rifle already exists. Like if you had called it something, I don't know what you would call it else, but you got to call it something different, I think. So obviously the longest shotgun barrel, obviously recoil compensating stock. All these things are normal. Your quick eject drum mag, your big old clip, your rings, your sights, all the same. You can obviously always have put kind of long range scopes on a shotgun, which you would never do. But with this variant where you give it 44 ammunition, like a long-range scope wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, even a suppressor and stuff, right? We can still put the suppressor on there. I actually want to keep it off right now though, because I want to see. We can make it automatic still, which is interesting, because obviously it started out hair trigger there. We'll put it rapid automatic. And then obviously same thing with the receivers here, where the receivers each jump, I believe it's supposed to be something along the like 20% more damage, something like that. For each rank of gun nut, you can get even higher. All the way up. I don't know why standard requires one, because you never ever have to craft standard. I mean, I guess unless you want, I don't know. There may be some situation. Advanced receiver, obviously the most damage, and we want to make it heavy frame, because I don't really care about weight, because I'm not playing survival, but in survival, that's where that kind of thing would become relevant. So, this is our combat rifle, but it essentially was a shotgun. It sounds meaty, right? That's a real meaty sounding weapon, shooting those .44 bullets rapidly like that. And it has a decent amount of recoil. I'm really interested about the 50 cal too, though. We can mess around with this a little bit. So we got a 50 cal receiver, maximum amount of damage here. Not compared to the 12 gauge, just slightly less than the 12 gauge, but we're essentially talking sniper ripping here, right? I mean, if we get all the right things on here, obviously we wouldn't want it to be full auto. So if we had calibrated trigger, we have even more damage. This is an anti-material rifle now, right? So the names do change based off of the weapon, which is kind of interesting. So and that's applicable because when you find them in the world to be called things, that's why I'm concerned about having two assault rifles. When you're picking them up, you'd actually have to look at the picture in the inventory. You couldn't just like quick pick it up either, right? You'd have to like hit X on controller, right, and then look in the inventory. Which one is that? Is that an assault rifle, or is it the combat rifle version of the assault rifle, right? Which is slightly different. The short scope isn't showing up for me though. That's an interesting thing too. That's not showing up on that either. We can put some combat scopes on here though. Still an anti-material rifle. It's obviously a see-through scopes thing, right? So if you don't have that, that's not going to show up for you. But yeah, I think that's, I mean, we technically probably want to make it suppressed. It's a suppressed 50 cal sniper rifle. Anti-material rifle though. But like, just spam the shit out of it pretty quick. That's pretty crazy to just be like, boom, you're dead. Like, if the anti-material rifle from Fallout New Vegas shot that quick, that'd be crazy, right? So let's put a long range scope on it, because we'll be doing some sniping with it. I want to put like a medium scope on there. We're gonna try to do some decently long range shooting with this. We probably don't need the largest, biggest mag, right? It doesn't really matter on like a sniper type weapon. And then we want probably a suppressor, because we're gonna be sniping. We don't want people to know where we're at. We have a 50 cal, which, you know, took the shotgun base and we modified it to become an anti-material rifle, which is crazy. We don't need calibrated either. We can. It's just like, I guess it does more damage than the standard trigger, and it does shoot just as fast. It just has better critical shot damage. This is the most damage per single shot. 245 is a lot. That's up there with the 50 cal sniper rifle, but in like a kind of like a shotgun package, which is weird and interesting. And then since we have that as a thing, we're gonna take this and we're gonna make this like a. We got a heavy barrel. I don't remember the heavy barrel being here. we want like a short ported barrel. We're gonna make this like a submachine gun assault rifle type of thing. It's gonna be called an assault rifle, but I'm trying to make it like the shortest range kind of thing. I still want the quick eject drum mag, but I want just like a simple glow sight ring. Technically, we want. I mean, this is still exceptional recoil control. We want very fast trigger, rapid automatic trigger. We're just gonna spray and pray bullets, right? Technically, we want the light frame. Well, I mean, we'll just make it like a little light submachine gun, and we'll learn what's a little light submachine gun and a big long range sniper rifle. So this has got 4 rounds by default, which is an interesting thing too. It applies to shotgun shells as well. The default clip size is 4 now. But I don't think you'd ever need more than 4 anti-material shots, right? I mean, obviously you could put more on there. You can still put the drum mag on there. I just think that's not overdoing it. And then obviously we also have, let's see if I can find it in here. We have, this is an assault rifle. I mean, that's like some high rate of fire. We're going to test this one out first. We're going to test both mounts in combat though, and I'll see you when I get there. Alright everybody, we are here at my Zombies Arena arcade mode. We're going to hop right into it here. Let's go to the satellite station Olivia. We're going to test out it's technically, like I said, it's named the assault rifle, but it's technically like what I think of as like the SMG variant. We're super rapid fire, 5mm SMG that just shoots extremely fast, big old drum mag, light frame, just a little, you know, ring sight on there. Nothing too complex or complicated, just enough to spray and pray at point blank. So we've spawned in, I believe, some ghouls. I even forget, I got short-term memory loss, don't judge me. But I think we spawned in some ghouls somewhere. They just haven't shown up where I can see them right now. I hear them above me now, so they are above me. So we're gonna just kind of, I mean, this is suppressed, but it doesn't need to be, because we're really just gonna do this. We're gonna run around, and we're gonna spray from the hip, because we have extreme hip fire accuracy. We put like lighter things on there, shorter barrels, all that stuff. We don't have extreme amount of range, but here, like this, you can see that's a decently effective weapon. Obviously, you're spending a ton of 5mm ammo, but that's why it's 5mm. I mean, normally you have a minigun. You find this in huge, plentiful quantities. That's how quick we did the wave. We're going to exit the game, though. I think that shows it off. I mean, there's a lot of interesting things you can do here. The whole point of the mod is like, that's just one option, right? Don't think of that as the only option. We're also going to go to the Federal Surveillance Center because it's got a lot of height. So we're going to use this here to show off our anti-material rifle, which is, remember, started out as a shotgun. It's a shotgun frame turned into an anti-material rifle with a long-range scope and stuff. So, spawn me in some raiders. We're going to kind of be sneaky, and we're going to try to take anti-material shots. Obviously, see, this is where I can actually show off some range here. And that obviously was very effective on that first shot there. Does not apply to everybody, though, right? That might have been a regular raider. There's people in here usually, though. 1. And then where's the other one? 2. I mean, we're one-shotting everybody, and this is a really quick reload mag. It doesn't matter if we have a lot of bullets if we're just being super sneaky. We got one in there, right in the dome piece. There you go. Absolutely destroyed. So this is obviously very fun for me because it's just taking base game guns. This is a tiny mod. It's like 3 megabytes, right? It's taking base game guns and just making them better. There's usually 2 people down there, but we might have to pull out a different gun because I can't see anybody else from out here and the wave isn't over. This is my least favorite map for this kind of thing. Partially for this reason, because you cannot always see everybody from the top. So, and I always forget how to get down. Some dead raiders and stuff. We'll try to be sneaky along here, but I don't want to make it take too long, so I'm also running. You know, I said I'd try to be sneaky. Okay, sneaky's not really my forte anyway. Okay, me personally, Popontop. Some of y'all are way out there, way sneakier than me, doing way cooler things with the stealth than I ever could. Okay, because I don't have the patience for it. There's one. There should be another one by them because somebody heard that and we're in caution now, right? Just in that room, though. There's nothing I can really do about it. Unfortunately, you can't. Oop, that person's right there. Still sneaking. Do we see anybody from... That's all, everybody. Okay. Let's quickly get back up there. But yeah, that's the combat rifle overhaul mod. That does a lot of cool things to the combat rifle and the combat shotgun that allows you a very much larger suite of customization options. We're going to exit though. But so obviously making the shotgun into like a 44 you know, like auto pistol shotgun thing, or like a 50 caliber anti-material rifle, or you turn what was a combat rifle into an assault rifle fully automatic, or you make it a marksman rifle, semi-auto kind of sniper rifle type utility kit thing. It's kind of an interesting thing. I really like both of them. and the way they've been both enhanced. Like I said, tiny mod too. So I think it just makes the game better. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you guys would like to check out this mod for yourselves, the easiest way to do that is to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page, the Nexus mod page, wherever you can find this mod for yourselves. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, dislike the video. That's okay too. If you would like to, you can subscribe. That way you can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever it may be, and I'll see you in the next episode.